Welcome to AutoProstateMap. We begin by logging in with a unique username and password. We accession a new case and start by entering the patient's date of birth. The system automatically looks for potential matches, and in this sample we match it to Freiburg, Germany. The patient's demographics are auto-populated and the previous history is connected to this current case. We select the pathologist, or we can leave it to be determined later. We select the clinician and the referring facility. We now select the case type, which is prostate map. The number of samples typically would be 1 through 20 plus, but in this case they are predetermined based on the lab's requirements. We select 6. We click on the Submit button and a new accession is created. Next, we would enter the description for each specimen, but the prostate map auto-populates them with the corresponding quadrant names, saving time and possible data entry errors. We access the gross page, where we can enter the clinical history and the gross description. The gross description for each specimen is also auto-populated with a predetermined text. In this sample, the text is 1 core, comma, pound, millimeters. Using a hotkey, the pound string is highlighted so the user with one click quickly enters the corresponding dimension and can go on to the next specimen. This auto-populating of the specimen and gross description greatly speeds up the process and reduces potential for data entry error. The user can still enter additional gross description as required. In this sample, we enter an additional description on the last quadrant that will cover all 6 specimens. We save the changes and we preview the report. This is a sample report which can be customized to the lab's requirements. We see that the clinical history and the gross description are correctly displayed. The gross description can also be displayed in the table. Once a pathologist receives the slides, they access the transcription page, and all information entered so far is available. We scroll down to the diagnostics section, and we see that there is the final diagnosis field where the user can enter text manually, and the diagnosis field, which uses auto-fill text based on the selection of the radio buttons down below. For specimen A, we select benign, and the predetermined text is autofill. Specimen B, we select malignancy, and the fields to enter the coverage and the scores appear just below. We enter the values, and we proceed to specimen C. We continue this process for each specimen. The next field is the microscopic findings. We select the canned text from the dictionary using the mnemonic PT6. The same for the common section. We select PT6-adenocarcinoma, and using the hotkey we enter the number of malignant specimens. We scroll down to enter the ICD-10 by either typing the clinical indication or first letters of the code. We enter R97, and the system displays 5 possible matches. We select 97.2. Next, we select the CPT code and the number of units, and we click Insert. If additional CPT codes are required, they can be entered manually, one by one. We save the page, and again, we preview the report. We see that the organ map has been generated with the corresponding information on each quadrant. and to the right, the corresponding diagnosis is displayed. As we scroll down, we see the gross description, the microscopic findings, and the corresponding coding below the signature. Next, we want to add images to the report. For this sample, we're going to add them manually, but they can be added automatically using WebPathLab's Auto Image Uploader. We select the image taken by the camera and select the file type as photomicrograph. We enter a caption to appear just below the image and save the uploaded file. We repeat the same process for the second image. After we uploaded the image, we save it and we preview the report. If everything looks completed, we access the transcription page and mark the case as transcribed, which places the case in the pathologist's sign-out queue. We access the batch sign-out page, and all the reports for the logged-in pathologist are ready to review. Another way to review the case without having to go back and forth between the transcription page and the report preview is to use the dual view sign-out screen. Many pathologists use this screen for their initial and final review. The dual view has a transcription screen on the left side and the report preview on the right side. We go back to the batch sign-out page and we select case P19-9 by clicking on the R icon. The dual view screen allows for zooming in on the PDF report. And also manipulating the divider line, making the transcription page bigger or smaller. We want to modify the coverage of the right mid-quadrant from 10 to 55%. On the transcription page, we go to specimen E and we modify the coverage to 55%. We scroll back up and we type in the phrase "enter text manually" in the final diagnosis for specimen A. We save the changes and both screens get refreshed. We zoom in the final diagnosis section on the report and we see the manually entered diagnosis for specimen A and the modified coverage to 55% for specimen E on the organ map. We click on the divider tab to view the report in full screen, and once the user is satisfied, we click on the Approve for Sign Out button. This brings us back to the batch sign out page with that case selected. We enter the password, click the tab key to verify the password, and submit the report for sign out. Once finalized, the case drops off the batch sign out page. We go back to the main page and select the Finalize Cases radio button. Only finalized cases are now displayed, and we can view report P19-9, and the process is now completed. Thank you for watching, and this concludes our demo for AutoProstateMap.